fact, there was always this sort of, you've all heard the story of the pan traps. And anyway, the folks come in from Minnesota and South Dakota, and help yourself to some pan traps. He said, I just cleaned them off. He said, I came in, there was a deer in there licking them up, and he said, I just washed them and then dried them, and I put them back, and they're all nice and clean for you to have.
I think there was a time or two where he said he cleaned them off with.
No.
Did he gesture that at times?
I bet, and of course he'd offer them to people coming in. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this candy.
They'd have them in their mouths.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. I think Indiana, that person choked on one. I'm not sure. But it was just the one that, yeah, it was setting that tone for worship. So I think he'd be really happy with us here in the convention that we meet on Sunday to worship, and then it's totally unconventional after that. So that's, that's something that was so great. So thank you, Jack, for that story. Any other learning from Alex? For me, it was laughter and joy. It was just a part of his ministry, and I think it's a part of our ministry as well. I hope it is anyway. So that's my learning. Anybody else that can share a story about laughter and joy that you remember you learned? Oh, Sandy, okay.
Well, I don't. Not all of you will have experienced this, but our annual tradition at Christmas time was Boxing Day. Was the family to get together and play board games, and we traditionally played Bladerdash. And if you've ever played Bladerdash with my father, it's incredible. He would laugh so much. We were surprised he made it to 93. It's apoplectic. Like he loved our, like not only did he have a great sense of humor, but he loved our sense of, especially Dave. Like Dave would come up with the craziest. He didn't try for points. He just tried to
entertainment value.
He just tried to knock Dad off his chair, and it was crazy. Dad just was delighted, but he Balderdash, like it wasn't so much the competition of the game. It was getting Dad so that he couldn't breathe, which happened every time. But he just loved it. He was speaking of laughter.
When he had a great laugh.
Balderdash.
Any other stories of laughter and joy? Carol, you know.
I hope you'll talking about it now, like this, can't help thinking of the Scottish concerts. And Sheena would roll her eyes and the jokes. We heard them every concert, but they were funny anyway. Yeah, we don't have time to go there, but that was a big part of those. Yeah.
It's me again. Laughter and joy. Joy, the lady that he married and lived with for all those wonderful years. She suited her name and suited Alec. And so it's only right that she should have been called Joy. We just had lunch with her in Victoria here last week. And such a lovely lady. And when I think of laughter and joy, I can't, when I think of Alec, I can't think of Alec without thinking of Joy, his life partner. There was another reason I was but it's about joy. It's about joy. And I have to bring that up to you.
Thank you. Balderdash, by the way.
No, she didn't play Balderdash.
She was saying.
She was probably ready at 911 in case his head stopped breathing. Our next hymn. Oh, I'm sorry. I put my glasses on, I can't see a thing.
My voice doesn't carry very well. We got married here Sunday morning. We had a request of 7 o'clock. 7:30 Sunday morning wedding. And I came to the door at 7:30, all excited. And Alex comes to the door. We're still locked in his underwear.
Well, that brought laughter.
I'm so sorry. My alarm didn't go off, or he wasn't ready for it. Anyway, it was really funny the way he approached it, with a big smile and a big laugh. I'm just going to put my socks on and I'll be ready. So I stepped back a few minutes and I got up the candle, there was still on, and then he came in and just very nice.
That wasn't the first time.
The thing is, we were going to have a wedding. It's just a little different. Yeah.
So my first memory of Alec is in the chapel at Canyon Church Camp. My very first year there as a camper, and as many of you will know, my history with camp goes a long way, and Alec was a big part of that. But our very first Bible study were these little kids, like 8-year-old girls sitting in the pew at the chapel, and Alec is standing at the front, and we're going to Bible study, and he starts off by saying this joke in very thick Scottish accent that ended up with him kind of snorting through the song, and we were just howling with laughter, and that was how Bible study started. Every day was with laughter, and I will never forget that moment and that accent. I would try and mimic it for you, but
Did you teach you guys that? You must be able to do that.
The piggy song, or?
Piggy song. The Lawson kids have got to sing that.
You can't whistle though. You need a whistle.
That's one of the fears that Suzanne had for me. It's going to get out of hand, which is okay. Another story.
Well, a touching one. I happened to notice early in my attendance at church that your dad would always fit the word joy into a service. And then I started to watch for it, and never once did he miss. Every single service, he used the word joy. So I just thought that was special.